Julius Prometheus Randle. I have no idea what your middle name is, Julius. If you're seeing this, please correct me. Julius Randle, I have to say, this is hard for me because it's only 4 games and I feel like there's so much time for, you to still break my heart. But I will admit, with new coach Tom Thibodeau, and this is something I've known, but when you see it for your own team, it really hits home a little bit harder. Julius Randle, I am here to formally apologize, okay? Although I have brought back my opinion on how we've been treating you a little bit this season, I've still been really critical and really harsh. So for that and for what you have done and for how well you have played, Julius Randle, and to see this new awakening you are having right now in wins and in good play, CK2K is here to say, I apologize. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna turn it into, me saying, nah, I want you to be here forever. I'm just gonna leave it at the fact that I apologize for how critical I've been. But at the same time, it helped. I don't care what you say, Julius. If you're listening to this, it helped because it fueled the fire. Like, you know what? All these damn New York Knicks fans gonna be coming at me. I got something for them. I'm just saying. Anyways, the man Julius Randle had a triple-double in what was a win, but was it a good win? I still think it was kind of ugly. We had a lot of turnovers. We managed to make the 3-0 #1 overall Cleveland Cavaliers look like the Cleveland Cavaliers of old. Even though it's still very early, I'm going to grasp onto the fact that they were the #1 overall team in the Eastern Conference. Let's get into all this. Run the intro. What's going on, CK2K? It's your boy CKTV here. Welcome. CKTV? Wrong channel. What's going on, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K here. Welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video. And yes, go check out my other channel, CKTV. I have not uploaded on it for a few months. I will be back to uploading when 2021 begins for my gaming content, comedy content, all the extra stuff. That channel is the place to be. That's why it's called CKTV. So go subscribe if you haven't already so you can be on the lookout for extra content over there. But for right now, we're talking about the victory that we had against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, mind you, it was a good win. Or was it? It was a win. That's what I'm going to say. It was a win. I think this is not the first game, because last game we kind of saw it too, but this was one of the games where we saw peak Tom Thibodeau in full effect. Now, mind you, it has a lot to do with the fact that we do have a lot of injuries, but at the same time, it is still Tom Thibodeau being Tom Thibodeau. And what I mean by that is the rotation. We only played 8 players in this rotation, 7-8 players in this rotation, but we saw the bulk of the starters getting heavy minutes as we expected. Julius Randle playing 44, Reggie Bullock getting 41, RJ Barrett 39, Elfrid Payton 36. You know what I'm saying? And the bench players, Kevin Knox 16, Nerlens Noel 16, Frank Ntilikina 16. You can see that it was a very Thibodeau rotation in these last 2 games. And you know what? It's worked out because I feel like the Tom Thibodeau effect has been working, and we're seeing that primarily through Julius Randle. Julius Randle still doing a lot of what I would say David Fizdale implanted in him, and what I mean by that is the whole point forward thing, but Tom Thibodeau is doing it better. He's doing it in a way where Julius Randle is doing it through his game and how he plays his game, not forcing it, bringing the ball up in every single instance. There was a few instances where he was bringing the ball up and dictating the offense, but a lot of the time it was coming from the post, coming from, around the elbows, a lot of the stuff that I like to see from Julius Randle when it comes to him moving the ball. That being said, he did have 9 turnovers, which was probably the big bad part of Julius Randle's game. But to be quite frank, the entire team was not great on the turnover department. We had 25 turnovers as a team. He gave 9 of those turnovers, but all of our point guards in Frank Ntilikina, Elfrid Payton, and others did provide turnovers too. So it's not solely on Julius Randle when it comes to our turnovers for this game. But back to the minutes before we get into anything else. Yeah, just seeing, the heavy minutes being played by the starters and the good minutes being played by the starters. I mean, Elfrid Payton didn't come out and have the same game he had the game before. Matter of fact, Elfrid Payton started off the game rough, but he closed out the game very well. He ended with 14, 7, and 8. People probably still reverted back to hating on Elfrid Payton, although I feel like this is the Elfrid Payton that we're going to be getting. This is probably a more realistic version of what we could or should be expecting from Elfrid Payton for the rest of the season, around 14, 16 points per game, and always teetering around that triple-double number. I really feel like that's what Elfrid Payton could give for us on this team. I know it's not what you want, because Elfrid Payton's not what you want. But at the same time, I feel like this is the Elfrid Payton we should be getting more consistently. Hopefully not in a case where he sucks for the majority of the game and then comes to life towards the end of the game, which was helpful because normally it's the opposite when it comes to Elfrid Payton, but it was definitely helpful in yesterday's game. We also saw a good play from Frank Ntilikina. I feel like the entire bench gave us a good play when they came out. There were some instances where we did slow down a little bit there in the second quarter and the third quarter, but we did make sure that we stayed afloat, and that was the biggest thing. And I feel like Tom Thibodeau does a good job in dictating how we make sure that we stay in these games and we don't entirely turn the game over, especially how the season started with Indiana and Philly, where that was how we lost those games. Indiana was a game we should have run away with. We probably should be 3-1 right now. But yeah, 17 from Reggie Bullock, 28, 11, and 12 from Julius Randle, getting his first 20-point triple-double the Knicks' first 20-point triple-double since Carmelo Anthony back in 2012. RJ Barrett with 12 and 7. Elfrid Payton, like I said, damn near triple-double. And bench mob did what they had to do. Kevin Knox made a lot of nice hustle plays, made one very bad play where he tried to give Mitch Robinson an alley-oop, but that thing went into the damn 7th row. It was a good play, you know, but at the same time, it was sloppy play. And I feel like this was one of those games where, you know, we showed the ugly side to our game a little bit, but we were able to stay afloat and win this game. Because luckily, Cleveland was not playing their best basketball either. But speaking of playing good basketball, this comes to the fact that we are still shooting very well, and a lot of it has to go to Julius Randle. We shot 56% from the three-point line. Reggie Bullock was on fire in this game. Julius Randle was on fire in this game. You know, it was a well-rounded shooting game from the field. 43% from the field, 56 from 3. Free throws started off good, but then towards the end we started missing. Julius Randle wasn't making his free throws. RJ Barrett still doing very good from the free throw line. Nice seeing that. But regardless of everything else, you know, from the steals to, you know, the assists, we were 1 assist ahead of the Cleveland Cavaliers, who in the first week of the NBA are the assist leaders in the league. We had 1 more assist than them. Our rebounds were, you know, we were up 12 on rebounds. Like all those statistical stuff, we looked okay, but the problem was the turnovers, and that's the biggest stat of all stats that we need to pay more attention to. And I really feel like that's one that will be cleaned up from Tom Thibodeau in the game. So now that we got all the brass out of the way and all the the technical stuff out of the way, let's talk about the more eye test stuff, what we saw on the court for as a fan base. Like, we saw that we were winning this game, but it was, like I mentioned several times in this video already, it was getting to a point where it was, you know, looking like we were losing it a little bit, but we were able to stay afloat, and we did a good job with that. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that these players were doing one thing that I've been asking for the Knicks to do for years on end, to do consistently every single game, and that is the fact that we trusted each other. Ball movement for this team was good, and that's all I've been asking for. I've just wanted the Knicks to consistently move the ball, and we did that today. I think that's predominantly what comes to Julius Randle and why his passes are becoming better decisions, and why Julius Randle's passing is way better, because he is not timid and not thinking too much before making the pass. He sees the open man, he makes the pass. He sees the corner, he makes the pass. He sees RJ Barrett, he makes the pass. Like, these are things he was not doing in the past, and it was just really nice to see him come out of it and do that in this game. And it wasn't just him, it was everybody. Elfrid Payton even talked about it at the end of the last game before the Cleveland game, where the ball was moving more, and that is the biggest thing. The ball moves, that gives us a better shot at getting better shots. Ugh, that's a bar. The ball moves, that gives us a better shot at getting better shots. But yes, just as a team, moving the ball is probably the biggest thing that I've been asking for, and which is why I am so up on a guy like Lonzo Ball, because I want that kind of a point guard that moves the ball. And I think with Elfrid Payton and with what we've seen with Frank Ntilikina, we're getting that. And now adding Julius Randle to the mix, who is actually making solid passes when he's moving the ball and not just passing the ball to pass the ball out of a double team. This is what I've been asking for, and this is the kind of offense I feel like works the best for a team like us, where we don't have that #1 go-to star. Yes, Julius Randle's look great, but when we don't have that guy where it's like, all right, we are down this many points, give the ball to Julius Randle, give the ball to Anthony Davis or whoever it may be, me, you know, it makes more sense when you have ball movement and getting the ball to the open man, and you have a better shot at living up to or hoping that that shot goes in rather than trying to force feed somebody. I just prefer that style of basketball better. Ball movement is always the best movement. Ask the San Antonio Spurs. That's all I gotta say about that. But what's your thoughts about last night's game? I don't really feel like there's much I can really add to it. I mean, we did win, and I'm happy about the win. This is the first time we've been 2-2 in a long time, but I'm not getting too high, too low. We do have a few more games that are coming up. I think Toronto's our next game, which is gonna be tough. Even though Toronto is not playing the best basketball right now, they're still the Toronto Raptors, so we have to go into that one thinking that way. And then we have the Atlanta Hawks, who've been playing well. We have a tough schedule coming up, and then Brooklyn and so on and so forth. But we need to understand that, you know, we got to keep these things game by game and not get too high or too low, even though right now we're playing pretty solid basketball, if I do say so myself. Which leads me to my apology to Julius Randle. So again, Julius Randle, I apologize. You've been playing great basketball since the end of the preseason. Julius Randle was playing well, so gotta give credit where credit is due. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did I miss in this video? What did you see in the game that makes you ponder a little bit, that makes you a little bit worried? What were your thoughts about this game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But before we do anything else, you know it's time for comments of the video. Hey, shout out to you guys for checking out the or enjoying the Manual Quickly video I dropped. You guys have been asking me to do more Knicks stories. I've been planning on doing a Manual Quickly. I wanted to actually release the Manual Quickly video for Christmas, but the quarantine and stuff was coming on. That's what I meant to say. So I wasn't able to get that video done in time, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed that video. But if you haven't already, go check out the Knicks story on Emmanuel Quickly. Let's get into these comments. Reef Chief saying Frank cigarettes. I hate that nickname. The Frankie Smokes nickname finally grew on me a little bit, but even that nickname I don't hate. But anyways, Frank Cigarettes has played well so far. I'm really happy for him. Yeah, Frank played good. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Continuing the energy, moving the ball. I have no problem with Frank. I would like that mid-range shot that we saw from Frank Ntilikina. I want to see that more of that. I feel like that is his game that he could probably add to. But I mean, we'll see. But Frank, yeah, Frank's been playing well. Big call for it. At this point, for those who are still trying to find any negatives on Frank Ntilikina, they just don't want to see the Knicks do well. They like the fact that we're in a point guard tussle. I think Frank Ntilikina has done a good job being that guy off the bench, especially until Emmanuel Quickly comes back. Eternal Kaleidoscope saying Quickly looks like Marquise Brownlee. Yeah, someone else said that in my comment section, and I saw that, and I agree. Like, seeing young Emmanuel Quickly, he does look like a young Marquise Brownlee. Look at them side by side. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Big Mac 974 said, yo, CK, usually a silent appreciator, but the everyday uploads, my guy, I respect it. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. That being said, let me know all of your thoughts about everything mentioned in the comments below. Guys, we have our next game. What's today? Today's Wednesday, so our next game tomorrow. What time is the Knicks' next game?
The Raptors and the Knicks will face off tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 p.m.
Tomorrow, see? I know my schedule off the top of my head. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and do not forget to like this video. Guys, if you haven't already, join the CK Crew membership. What are you guys doing? You guys missing out on some good stuff. We got a new store drop on the way for the merch store. Be on the lookout for that. And of course, members will be able to get a discount code so they can use that so they can get the merch at a better price. So join the membership if you want to be a part of the crew. I'm telling you, new year, a lot of streaming is going to be coming, so be ready for the perks. All right, it's me, your boy CK. Catch you guys in the next one. Let's get it. I'm out of here. Y'all be blessed. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Feeling like I won the lotto. Always taking trips with a new chick, asking where the time goes. And I wonder if this is all I'll know.